Hello everyone, welcome to ESC516 Web Pedagogies. I'm just going to go over some of the requirements for the second and third assessment tasks for you. So I'll just share this screen and see how we go. Okay, let's look at assessment 2 first. And it's an investigation of learning management systems. Now, if you're currently working in a school, the chances are that you're already using a learning management system, and that's an advantage to you. But with this assignment, you're required to have a look at a couple of them and do a few other things as well. So the main premise is to prepare a report, and the audience is a school staff, and you're recommending the adoption of a learning management system as a place that can be used by teachers, students and parents within your school. This assignment's worth 50 marks and I'm looking for around 2,500 words for it. So let's go and have a look and see. Now, there's different headings given in the assessment requirements, and it's a really good idea to use those headings in your report. It provides structure, and it also ensures that you're covering all of the aspects that you need to cover in this assignment. So the introduction is going to be the definition of an LMS. What is it? What's its purpose? And why is it a particularly useful thing to have in a school environment? You might keep in mind there the three stakeholders, the students, the parents, and the teachers as well. So a fairly short introduction is all that's required, but make sure that you cover all of that. In the modules, you'll be looking at some learning management systems, and hopefully you'll be contributing to the discussions about these. And so you should pick up some ideas of some LMSs that are widely used. Some common ones are Edmodo, Canvas, Google Classroom as well. Just a word of caution there, if you're going to use Google Classroom as your preferred LMS, and you're going to be doing things in it, you need to make sure that you're able to give me access to have a look at those things. So you're going to investigate 2 LMSs, and you're required to give a critical analysis. Now, please keep in mind, critical analysis means looking at all aspects of the LMS, the positives and the negatives, to give a balanced view. There's not one LMS or one of anything that is entirely positive. So put on your critical hat and have a look at both sides, positives as well as the negatives. Once you've had a look at these 2 LMSs, I need you to recommend one, and you need to give me your reasons for the recommendation. This is a section where I'll be looking for the use of academic literature, and academic literature being things that come from the CSU library or Google Scholar, not from newspapers, and certainly not the marketing talk that you get on some websites. For example, this particular LMS is the most open and reliable LMS in the world. Well, that's just, they're trying to sell a product and they don't really have a basis to make that claim. So avoid that sort of marketing talk. This is an investigation and critical analysis, so I need you to be fairly objective and use an objective way of writing with this report. Okay, so you've recommended an LMS, and now as part of your report, you need to show the staff that you're preparing this report for how the LMS can be used. And I need you to choose 3 different Web 2 resources to use in your report to do this. They can be ones that you've already done in assessment 1, that's not a problem at all. But for each of those 3 Web 2 resources, and I stress they're Web 2 resources, they're not things like Word or Excel, Web 2 resources, describe 2 ways that they could be used to help enhance student learning. So they could be subject specific, they could be just in general. So you're trying to make a case to your staff that the LMS is a good thing to have in the school, and these are some practical ways that the LMS can be used. The next section is pedagogical considerations, and once again, this is where I'd be looking for a little bit of academic literature. What pedagogies are associated with the use of these resources? You've done a lot of work on different approaches to learning now, so I want you to identify the pedagogies for these resources, and then to summarise how teachers can best use the LMS in their teaching to enhance student learning. Once again, you are trying to sell this, so positive recommendations, obviously. You might even take a negative and show people how they can turn that into a positive. You also need to then consider the other stakeholders, especially the parents. How can the LMS be used to promote learning, and so that all the stakeholders will be able to access and get information from the LMS. You might also like to consider some classroom management issues that might be associated with the LMS. And I've said there, use academic literature for that. The conclusion should be your own thoughts coming through. You're summarising everything. So you're making this final recommendation for your school staff about the LMS. So you're going to take all the work that you've done in the report and bring it together in that conclusion. I really don't expect to see academic literature in the conclusion. Now, the presentation requirements are pretty straightforward and they're set out there, so make sure that you have a look at those: cover page, footer, the word limit, and of course the referencing. Some people are still having issues with referencing. If you go to the student learning support folder on Interact 2, there's lots and lots of resources and links to help you. There's lots of examples for you, and the Allen team are also a terrific resource. They've got a really big discussion going now just about referencing, so you could go in and have a look at that. You can speak to people at Allen about referencing, and they have a lot of workshops about referencing as well that might be useful for you to have a look at. If you click on the Study Success link on Interact 2, it will take you to all of that information provided by Allen and their services as well. Okay, so once again, useful resources are the Google Scholar and Grammarly to check things, and if you need curriculum ideas, the NESA site, which has been transferred over from the BOSTEST, the old BOSTEST site. Okay, assessment 3. Many of you are well underway with this, and you'll finish this off with no problem whatsoever. The key is the regular reflections and showing your thinking about the different issues that are raised. Commenting on other people, because that means that you're engaging in a professional dialogue with your fellow students, and things not just great post or I agree, but a real level of intellectual discussion there is what I'm looking for. There's basically one post required for most of the modules. I don't think Module 7 has a post that's required, but Module 9 has several blog posts, but just short ones is all that's required for Module 9. So that gives you an idea of the sorts of the numbers of blog posts that are required. And if you comment on a couple of people, that's fantastic. If you've got any questions about this assessment task, put your question into the discussions, because you can rest assured if you've got the question, someone else probably has as well. So that can be a really helpful source of information about the assessment task. Email me if you want something that's quite specific, or if you're really having problems and you need to talk with me, then send me your phone number and some convenient times, and I will endeavour to ring you. Okay, well, I wish you all the best for this task, and I look forward to seeing those in the not too distant future. Thank you. Bye for now.